All right, you guys, welcome to the I Choose Fit Team Circle call. Today is Wednesday, November 29th. We're only one more day before the end of the month. I don't know where it went to and what happened, but there it goes. So what I'm really excited about and why I wanted to really make sure that we keyed up tonight was to really help set ourselves up for success, right? Like this time of year, it's very easy to let off the gas. And I have to be really honest to say, I feel like my November, I really have just lacked that motivation or trying to kind of get out of that funk as far as just really pushing this forward. And it's because there's tons of things coming at us, right? Like it is a busy time of year, but I can tell you the one way that you can get over that hump, and that's you just got to do the work, right? You've got to commit to doing it and you just got to do it. So I finally sat down today and I said, I'm just going to do it. And it was like pulling teeth to just do what I needed to do, but I did it. And I can't tell you, I feel almost euphoric tonight, just knowing that I did what I said I was going to do and committing to those priorities. So you guys, it doesn't mean that you have to spend all day, every day on your business, but commit to what those non-negotiables are for you. What is that minimum expectation that you're going to hold yourself accountable to? How many days a week? And make sure you schedule time to do it. It was good. I sat down with Jared yesterday and I said, I've just got to really prioritize my time. And when I sit down to work, it's got to be like I'm headed out to the office somewhere, right? Like if I didn't show up for those hours at that specific time, I would get fired. We just got to think of it like that. If we want this to grow like a business, it has to be treated like a business. So I just share that perspective with you, not to chide my finger at you, but just to point that back at me and just kind of share with you some things that I've gone through this month and what I've learned and what I know I need to do to get refocused. And that's what's amazing about us being a team, right? Is we can come together and collectively do that. And it keeps pushing me forward to know that I want to help you guys to grow, and vice versa. I think that will happen. So it's so much better that we're doing this together. So with that said, I'm excited to move into a really good December. And I'm going to tell you right now is when you need to get hustling, because, there might not be, it's different a little bit every year. Sometimes, you just don't get a lot of sales this time of year, because obviously everyone's focused on Christmas and things like that. But there are a lot of people, I was pleasantly surprised, December has never been as hard of a month as October and November for me. I think a lot of people do gift themselves with health and finally, put that money aside to do that. And if they're not ready to do it now, they will be ready those last couple of weeks of December to do that. And if you want them to be thinking of you as that resource and where they want to invest that money into their health and fitness, you've got to be out in front of people right now. So a couple of opportunities to make sure you take advantage of is to do a free group early in this month. So either run your own group or jump into the 5-day group that we're doing next week. And that's going to be 5 days of healthy holiday treats is what we're calling it. 5 days of healthy holiday treats. So you can go onto my page. I actually just put up an advertisement for it, a post about that just before this call. So you're welcome to use that graphic or, just create a graphic of your own. I find it really helpful to just ask an engaging question, right? Hey, who struggles with holiday treats, right? Everybody does, right? So they're going to comment there. You're going to get a lot of likes and comments. If you struggle with finding balance with holiday treats, comment below, and you'll get a lot of response by asking a question. And when you put out there for a free group, keep it simple, right? You're building curiosity, not sharing a massive amount of details, because you want them to message you. You want them to inquire to get more information. So, don't feel like you've got to make a big long post, something very short. I find asking a question, comment below, or hey, who would be interested with help, to have some more ideas for healthier holiday treats, comment below, right? Something as simple as that. Just keep it at that. And then, as we get towards the weekend, you could do another call to action that will share something a little bit different or different perspective. So But right now is a great time to be getting people dialed in if you're going to participate in that free group. And I definitely highly recommend you do or have your own free group so that we can get starting and having those conversation builders with people. So take advantage of that. And then also, we are going to start new coach, 14-day new coach training on Monday. So if you want to be involved with that, make sure that you send me a message. I'll also have a post tomorrow about that in the team, the coach circle page, so that everybody who wants to be added into that will be added into that separate group. We're going to do it separate from that page and just keep it pretty small and intimate for those people who are ready for that. So those are a couple things coming up as far as training. And so tonight I was going to talk to you about Success Club, hitting Success Club consistently. I'm not going to talk to you about that. What I'm going to talk to you about definitely relates to that, but I think that creating this vision of how you want to set up your next year is going to be more helpful to you, you know, both for coaches who are new and just starting, as well as coaches who, you know, maybe are just looking for a vision of how to move forward. Maybe you've been stuck, or maybe you've been inconsistent in your business. So this is a good roadmap to really show you what's possible in a year time and really set some good expectations, I think, as far as where you should expect your business to be a year from now. You know, we sometimes come in with this expectation that if we don't have massive success right away, that we haven't done a good job or we're not any good at this. And this is not the type of opportunity that's going to get you rich quick, right? It's about building relationships. It's about helping people. It's about showing people that you're committed, right? And you're going to be there for a long period of time. So, you know, I think setting that goal to be here a year from now, having made consistent effort to your business, and you're going to find that you'll be highly successful a year from now when we go there. And I'm going to lay this roadmap out for you so that you guys know exactly what to expect and what to be doing so that you can get there too. All right, so we're going to just jump into that. So setting expectations. Take some notes, you guys. Write down these things. Have some action items so that you know what to incorporate into what you want to do each week, each month, as we kind of move forward. All right, so phases of starting your business. So let's talk about month 1 or 2. So again, for new coaches, this could be right when you get started. For coaches who have been here for a while, maybe this is you needing, recommitting and getting ready, right? Make sure that you can check these boxes before you move on to the next level. Okay, so in your first month or 2 as a coach, you are going to be learning other success stories, right? So you're going to be learning and leaning on other people's success as you build your own transformation, right? So the key part of this is, 1, you working on you. You've got to set up those habits of following the 4 vital behaviors, right? Of making sure that you get your workout in, of making sure that you drink your Shakeology every day, that you are doing your own personal self-development, that you are connecting with people every single day that you choose to work your business, whether that's 4, 5, 6 days a week, whatever that might be, right? So being consistent at those behaviors, and then recognizing. So that 4th vital behavior, you know, sometimes we think as newer coaches, how can I do that? But just reaching out to a friend or somebody who has impacted you, or you know, reaching out within our challenge groups to somebody that's inspiring you, or that you are consistently uplifted with, or that recognizes you a lot, or responds to your posts, or whatever it might be. Like, there's lots of opportunities for us to practice that recognition, even if we don't have a big team of our own to be able to do that right now. Okay, but learn, right? This is a learning phase. You want to just be soaking in information these first couple of months. So, you know, learn from other people's success stories and what they're doing to be successful. Make sure you're on the national wake-up calls and get tips from them and from other team calls. We have access to Janelle Summers, to her calls that are on a weekly basis. Hers happen on Thursdays, but they can also be caught on the replay, just like the national wake-up call. But take the opportunity to glean those tips and to plug into those calls every week. Those are my 2 non-negotiable calls. I always plug into Janelle's call. I always plug into the National Wake Up Call to make sure that I'm understanding that, right? What this is going to do is it's going to really help you to develop belief in yourself and in this business, to help you to move forward, right? It's going to give you a bigger picture. It's hard when you're at your own house and you're new and you don't know anything to have belief, right? So you've got to plug in to the team. You've got to plug into the resources that are there. You've got to plug into other people's stories so that you can see what's possible. Because once you start to open yourself to that, then you can see yourself in those stories too. Okay. So number 2 in your first month or 2 is learning the basics of the business. Okay. You guys plugging into some basic trainings to learn, how you earn money, right? What are the 2 ways that you earn money? Through the commissions and through team cycle bonus. How does that work? They've got trainings in our back office that are specifically built for a new coach to help you guys learn those fundamentals of the business. So make sure you're going into that training section and you're watching those new coach videos so that you get that training, right? Use your back office. Get in there. Listen to that training we did a couple of weeks ago about how to use the new online office so that you are familiar with that, and get in there and use those tools that are there, right? And then make sure that you understand what is rank advancement? What does it mean to be an emerald coach, a ruby coach, a diamond coach? And what are the benefits of that, right? Why is it important that you strive for that early in your business to move yourself forward? Success Club. What is Success Club? And how do you achieve it? And why is it important to achieve it, right? And then again, team cycle bonuses and how you achieve those. You guys want to know that. We're here as coaches to help our own journeys, to inspire others, but I hope you're here to make money too, right? That you can see some opportunities that would add value to your life, because be excited about that. And it's important to understand how you make money so that you can feel motivated to go and do those things that you need to do to make that happen. Okay. Personal development. So I am going to open up an opportunity tomorrow for us to do personal development together as a team. So I'm gonna, I have a book that I had started reading twice, and I started rereading it this week, and I really think it would be great for us to read. It talks a lot about network marketing and how to be successful and how to build confidence in different things. So the title of the book I don't really love, but I love all of the things that are in it. So the book is called Get Over Your Damn Self is what the book is called. So I'll post it tomorrow, but I would really encourage you guys, if you are really looking to learn about confidence as a business person and how to make this business work, to jump in this opportunity for our team book club and do some personal development together. But you've got to have that personal development piece. That mindset is more important than anything that you're going to learn about the how-tos, right? Because without that belief to help propel us forward, none of the how-tos really matter, because we probably will be stuck there not doing them because we don't have that courage that we need to move forward. Okay, so personal development, you've got to start getting your personal development. And then creating a list, right? You've got to start your list. We talk about at the beginning that list of 100 people that you want to start with. Start adding to that list every single week. And then, make some sub-lists from that list. Who are some people that could really utilize this business right away, or that you feel would have good opportunities? Who are people that right away that you want to introduce them to a challenge group where they can use this health and fitness aspect in their life? And who are those people that you have that you're already working with? I call this my top 10 list that you're working with to talk to actively already about a challenge group, right? So have those sub lists, but then keep adding to that master list. That's really key, is to continue to build that network and the amount of people that you're talking to. Okay. So that is month 1. And I can tell you, success as a coach, doesn't really translate to just how much time you spend in your business, because you could be spending a lot of time being busy and not really doing anything that's going to get you results, right? Busy does not always equal, it actually very rarely equals results, right? But what's really going to be the direct relation to your income is directly related to the amount of people that you help. Okay, write that down. Your income is directly related to the amount of people that you help, right? So you've got to be helping people. You've got to be adding value. You've got to do the work, right? We can't just hope that people will come to us. We've got to message them. We've got to private message them. We've got to follow up. We've got to be building those relationships, right? And again, kind of going through this month where I was just struggling to really push myself out there to do those vital behaviors that I needed to do. I finally said, I asked myself, do I need this? Do I need to make this work? Do I need to make this work as a business, right? Because what it comes down to is we have to have that driving force, that why. Just like with your health and fitness, you've got to have that reason that propels you forward to want to do the work, right? So think about, why can you not afford this business, right? If this doesn't work for you, what would that mean for you in the future, for the goals that you have, for why you want this to work? And make that strong enough that it propels you forward to act, whether you feel like it or not, right? That's the true differentiator between successful people, is they do the things they need to do, whether they want to or not. They do it and get it done, okay? Now here in month 2, in your second and third month, right? So in your second and third month, you're going to be learning more about social media, how to use your social media to really help your business to grow. You're going to learn how to run a challenge group, right? After your first month, now you've been in a challenge group, been a participant. Now it's time to really step in and start helping with that, right? So first you participate, then let's tag team, and then you're ready and prepared after your third month to really run your own group, right? Learn what works, what doesn't work. And again, one of the best ways to be able to do that is to run these free groups, right? In running free groups, what you learn is, it's a lot less pressure, right? Because it's short, they're free. You have the opportunity to practice in there. So use that so that you can find what works, what doesn't work for you, and be able to put that together. And, one thing I want to really talk about with challenge groups too, that I just want to plant that seed is, you don't have to run a challenge group the same way you see somebody else to do it, right? I know I was really intimidated and felt like, I couldn't run a challenge group until I had like 10 people to join with me. No, right? You won't have 10 people at first. Very few people will actually have 10 people join their first challenge group. So I know with mine, I had, I think, two friends. And so I didn't open up a Facebook group. I didn't do all these things. We just texted each other every day and we shared what was working. And it worked and it was great and it was fun. And then as it grew and there was more people, I used my coaches groups, and then I branched out and I did my own. So you guys, there's not a wrong or right way to do a challenge group. A challenge group is there to provide support and accountability, right? For you, for the people that you're helping. So do it in a way that works for you, in a way that's fun. And don't feel like there's this one bubble that you have to be within and that's all you can do. What makes this business really fun, I think, is that it's all about putting your spin on it, doing it the way you want to and the way that works for you. So that's my soapbox on challenge groups, because I think a lot of us, like me, stayed away from that or was intimidated by it because I felt like I had to fit this mold. And as a new coach, I didn't feel like I felt that mold. I fit that mold. So we'll do that. Okay, in your second and third month, number 3, you're going to be learning how to introduce the business to others, right? So now when you think about introducing this business opportunity, I want you to, instead of thinking about why you need people to join your team, to think about how would this help somebody, how would this help X person, right? How would this help Sally to have this opportunity in their life? You know, that's what this is all about, and why we share this opportunity is because it's an opportunity for us not only to have more accountability, to have a community and support, or that place of belonging, but for some people that financial place as well, right? So there's so many different reasons that this can fit for people, and as you uncover and understand their needs, you'll understand and know what they need and be able to help support them. You know, maybe it really is for that accountability. Maybe you are talking to somebody who's so intimidated to start their health and fitness journey because they've started over and over and over. Well, what better way to hold yourself accountable than to be a leader, right? And to be helping and to mentor people. So look for those opportunities of how it's going to help them. Because if it doesn't help them, they're not going to be able to help you. And it's just not going to be a good fit for them. Okay. And also in introducing the business, like a lot of times we feel afraid of what people are going to say, right? So get over that, right? Don't tie that outcome to you, because it's not about you. It's about them, right? Whether they say yes or no has nothing to do with you. And honestly, there's so many opportunities that people have been flattered to have been asked to consider something like this. It makes you feel good that you asked them about that as well, right? So know that whatever they decide, yes or no, it's not about you, right? And so disassociate yourself from that personal connection. Just like if you were a waitress, right? And you asked somebody if they wanted a Diet Coke. If they said no, you wouldn't take that personally, right? They didn't want the Diet Coke. Same thing here, whether it's talking to them about challenge groups or it's talking to them about the coach opportunity, what they answer is not about you. And the only thing that you should feel guilty about is if you don't ask, because if you don't ask, you can't help them. You're potentially holding something back that really could help a lot of people. So make sure, so we're just going to talk about and start introducing the business and feel good about that. Okay. In your second or third month, you should be hitting Emerald, right? That rank advance, that first rank advance is important to help you to prepare to earn that team cycle bonus and that second source of income. So we want to get you to that place as soon as possible so that you can benefit from that. In your second or third month, you want to find a success partner. You guys, having somebody to help with ideas, to run groups, to bounce ideas off of is so important in this business. There's a lot to do, and you as an individual can just not get to it all on your own, as well as that accountability factor, right? So my accountability partner is Jennifer Lipp, and it's helpful to know that I send her my numbers almost daily, and it's helpful to know that I want to send her something good, or I don't want to disappoint her, or myself in sending her something that I wouldn't be proud of. So even that, and then having ideas, having somebody to lift you up when you're feeling down, and vice versa. There's so many strengths to having a success partner. So, and if you want to learn more about a success partner, go to my YouTube page under Tina Salisbury Fitness, and you'll find there a whole training about success club partners. Right? Hold a new coach training. You guys, you don't have to be a veteran coach to help train your coaches. What all you're doing in training is helping people get excited and helping them to duplicate what you've already learned, right? So you guys can really be at the same point, or you can be one step ahead of somebody and you still have something to teach and mentor them with. And get them involved, because we have team academies, and that's what those are for, is for you guys to plug in your networks and your coaches to be able to help them as well. Okay, so get excited about that. Get excited about helping other people to grow and to have that opportunity. All right, and then learn how to use your a new social media tool. So if you're on Facebook, maybe it's learning how to do Facebook Live, right? To do a live video. or maybe it's that learning how to use a like page, or how to open up a group or different things like that. Or maybe it's using a whole new social media platform. Maybe it's learning about Instagram, how to expand your reach, right? And I definitely recommend Instagram. I think it's a great tool. Having the stories there that are people look at a lot more frequently gives you some exposure for people to just see what your life is like, right? And that's really helpful too. So, and then the last thing in your second or third month, fine-tuning your communication, right? So taking what you've been doing in your vital behaviors, now that you are starting to learn and run your own challenge groups and run your own free groups, how is it working, right? So we're going to tweak how to get people more interested, how to better your posts on social media, how to fine-tune your challenge groups, right? Those are all things that you're going to be working on as you've gotten a couple of months of experience and you've been doing groups for a month or two, so that you can continue to get better. So this is all just learning and practice, and as you continue to do it, you get better and better, right? There's so many things that I still learn and I still tweak. Having done this for 3 years, that makes a big difference as well. Okay, so now let's move into your 3rd to 6th months. So between months 3 and 6, right? So number 1, you're going to, a coach in this arena should be running challenge groups on a regular basis, right? So not only running challenge groups on a regular basis, but helping to lead up through those challenge groups to help their challengers turn into coaches, right? To see the potential in those people who are highly engaged, who are getting good results, who, are taking ownership, or that you can give some responsibility to in those groups, to be able to help them to know how the coaching opportunity will be right for them. Number 2, at this point, you want to be introducing the business to at least 3 to 5 people a week. A minimum of 3 to 5 people a week. So about 1 a day is what I would plan to do. The reason for this, again, it's all about numbers, you guys. Not everyone you invite is going to be ready to join right now. So the more people you invite, the more people you're adding value to, again, that correlates to the amount of success that you're going to have. So we want to put those minimum expectations out there so that you are able to grow consistently in your business. Okay. Also, I would recommend that at this point in your business, 3 to 6 months, that you're learning to join a push to diamond group, right? So now we want to take that rank advance from emerald to diamond. So within that, you might hit ruby, you might not. Some people I never hit ruby. I went right from emerald to diamond, just because of how that was set up. So, but that type of a group will help to push you and give you the tools to be successful, to grow that business to the next level. And a diamond coach is really, I would say, where you feel like you've arrived as a coach, right? It's where your potential to now start making more significant impact on your income, on your team, to be a leader on your team is where that really happens. So from diamond, that's our first step after emerald that we really want to push towards in the leadership ladder, to position your leadership ladder to hit that efficiently and effectively. And then from there, to help move to a 2-star diamond coach, which at that point, you make a significant enough income that you probably have the opportunity to look at some opportunities of what you want to do, with your full-time job, or how you want to use this, because it's going to be making you at least a part-time to full-time income when you get your business to that level. All right. And then number 4, identify who your motivated coaches are, right? Who are your coaches that are stepping up and showing leadership potential? The ones that, I always say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Those coaches who are actively showing you that they're doing the work, that they're being consistent, that they're doing the things they need to do to move their business forward, are the ones that should get 80% of your time, right? So again, not all of your coaches will get equal amounts of time, but those who are really showing and doing through their actions that they're doing the things that they need to and should be doing, those are the ones that you will give the 80% of your time to, right? And spend the most time with. Okay, number 5, at 3 to 6 months, I would suggest creating an opt-in page, right? An opt-in page is somewhere where you can help people through creating some type of free resource, like a clean eating plan, or like I put mine out at Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving recipes, that people can opt in and you can start collecting their email addresses to start doing some things to help move away from social media to still build a following. You never know what's going to happen with Facebook or Instagram, how long they're going to be around, if Facebook might shut down one day. Like, it's hard to tell, right? So if you only rely on that social media network to grow your business, it leaves you pretty flat if that goes away, right? But if those people are following you on social media, but you also have their email address and you're sending them stuff by email and things like that, then it can help you to be able to continue to build through some different methods. So definitely help you be able to do that. I think that's something that's really helped me to create a bigger presence, is to have that email list and be able to drive people to that. Number 6, starting to use a like page and Facebook ads between 3 to 6 months as a coach, right? There's some training on creating a like page and also on Facebook ads that you can plug into through Janelle Summers' page. So if you go to if you go to janellesummers.com, there'll be a login space that you can get to some additional trainings that she's done. So the username is Team Hardcore, all one word, and the password is fitness, FITNESS. So you can get in there and you can get access to all of her trainings, all of her past team calls, all of that as a resource for us. And then the last thing at 3 to 6 months is you want to really make sure that you are growing your network, right? Challengers come easier if you have efficiently grown your network, and both from a social media standpoint as well as physically, right? To be able to have that. So at this point, it's very important that 3 to 6 months that you're consistently adding 2 to 3 people a day to your network, right? And again, that's not every day, but every day that you work your business. So whether that's 4 or 5 days a week, you want to be adding a minimum of that many people to your network. So it's really getting to a point where you're good at just talking to people everywhere you go, right? So whether that's at swim lessons or at your kid's school, or you're finding new people through your Facebook or Instagram, right? To be able to continually grow that network so that this becomes easier for people to now find you and come to you as a coach versus having to go out and actively recruit everyone. So you will always be actively recruiting, you'll always be private messaging, but when you can have those resources coming from multiple sides and places, then that makes a huge difference too. Okay, and then the last area we're going to talk about as a coach, again, is finishing up the latter part of this year of 2018, so month 6 to 1 year. So from 6 to a year, you want to focus and become a diamond coach. You want to focus on having at least 2 coaches that are building their business well, right? So at least 2 people that really want to see this business grow and move forward. So I'm going to tell you, statistically speaking, to be a diamond coach only requires 8 coaches, right? So 4 active coaches on your left side, 4 active coaches on your right side, and 1 on each of those sides has to be an emerald coach. But to get those 8 coaches, to get to a position where, you have enough active coaches, you've got the right amount of emerald coaches, and everything's kind of working together, right? So that you don't drop rank and every other week, you're probably going to need to focus to get 25 to 30 coaches to be able to do that on your team, right? Because there will always be times where some coaches are inactive or some coaches drop off, different things. So be prepared for that and know, to statistically speaking, to get to be where you need to be to consistently hold that rank, aim for having about 25 to 30 coaches on your team. Okay, so and that's where you'll focus. So, again, I want you guys to really be using these leadership ladder checklists as a tool each week to know what you need to be doing where you are with your business. And use some of these benchmarks that we've talked about tonight to really help yourself progress, right? So this coaching position and this opportunity, again, isn't about knowing everything all at one time. What it is about doing and knowing is how to progress, right? How to build from where you are to where you want to go. Think of it like building a house, layer of brick wall, layer upon layer upon layer, right? You learn and then you grow. You learn more and you grow more. You learn and you grow, right? That's all it is to keep going and doing that consistently. But I want you to have a vision of where that's going. So go back through this training, right? There's a lot of information that we talked about, but I want you guys to write down, okay, what are those levels of your business? 1 to 2 months, 2 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 months to a year, and what are some of those benchmarks that we talked about, and how are you doing with those benchmarks, right? And when you see a hole or a gap or somewhere where you're not, right there, that's where you need to be plugged into this and to start moving forward. Connect with me one-on-one. As you guys do those business activity trackers, those checklists for your leadership ladder, if you send those to me each week, you have the opportunity for a one-on-one call with me, right? It shows me that you've moved forward, that you're doing the actions to progress, and then I'm going to help you even that much more above and beyond being in the team calls and on the page and things like that, to give you the tools and resources you need individually for where you are to do that. So make sure that you're doing that on a weekly basis to turn those in, and take advantage of that time, you guys. Take advantage of being in that person who gets that 80% of the time to be able to really help you focus in and to grow your business. 2018 is going to be such a great year. I mean, we're starting the year out with 80-Day Obsession, which is going to be a phenomenal program. I mean, you've got some tools that we've never been able to offer people. We're going to have new nutrition tools come out with the new nutrition bars that they're doing, as well as a whole nutrition program, right? Just built to help people with nutrition and mindset and emotional eating. That is a huge resource in your arsenal that you have to offer to people. And the best way to position yourself is to start now, right? So make this checklist. Where do you need to fill those gaps? What are your action items? Where do you need to spend your time from your personal development to continue to push and grow? What are those things that you need to commit to doing as far as those action items each day in your business to move it forward? Do those first. Put those first. Keep working on your own journey. You guys, the stronger we are in our personal commitment to doing the things we need to do in our health and our fitness and in our personal development, the better you'll be to help other people to do that and to progress as well. So when you listen to this, shoot me a message. I like to know what your biggest takeaways are and what your first 2 action items are that you're going to be following this training. And I can't wait to help you finish out the year strong in December. I'm going to talk to you soon.